I'll start off with a confession. I've not used Canva Print before, and I've been itching to have a go, and then when watching Canva Create yesterday, it was a good time, I think, just to have a go at it, and I thought I'd share my experiences at the same time. So we're going to create stickers, and I've already got a design in mind for our Pixelhaze pilots where we go into primary schools and work on creative projects using Canva and Scratch. So we're going to be carrying this design across into a sticker design that we're hopefully going to create via Canva print products. We can see here we've got a circle sticker option, and I think that's what we're going to go with. We can see loads of other design options in here. I'm probably going to get a mug at some point, just because. So let's go for the circle sticker. And we can see it's opened up with a template. We can see the outline of where the sticker is going to cut. And that's really important to see that as well. Okay. We've got a number of templates on the left-hand side here. But I don't tend to stick to templates, and of course we've got our own design that we want to bring across as well. So first up, I'm probably going to bring the background in first. Control-C, and then Control-V to paste that in. We've got our gradient on the background, and I'm quite happy with how that's flowing there to give our sky backdrop. And then I'm going to copy all of the other elements and paste them in. So at this stage, we've got a little bit of moving around to do. I want to bring the clouds and the shadow behind the cloud down off the edge, because going from a square to circle, we're going to have to make a few adjustments so everything fits as we want. Top right hand corner, this works quite well with the cloud there. Obviously, some of the elements, like our little helicopter carrying the pen pot, needs to be a little bit larger. But the next thing we need to do is just make sure, I might just bring that down, that our text is centralized. So the first thing I'm going to do is just check that it's all grouped correctly. It isn't at the moment. So if I highlight everything, right click, and then all press Control G to group. That means that we can centralize that writing, our logo, in the middle of our design. So I'm looking for those crosshairs both vertically and horizontally. Now the one thing you may notice here is that it's centralized to the bounding box, not the writing itself. But I'm not so worried about that because I want it centralized to this writing here. So even if this is a little bit offset, I'm absolutely fine with that. So at this point, I'm going to enlarge it to the size I want. I could have enlarged it before. Okay, so that's again centrally aligned, and I think I'm going to go larger again. In fact, I might just bring it out to the full size there. Okay. At this point, I can set it to the background. You can see it's already at the back as well. That's why we're able to select these on top of it. But if I don't want to be selecting this again, I can now click on this lock option. That means that we can still see the bounding box for it. We can still see the bounding box, but it does allow us now to click and drag with the mouse on other elements of our design and change them individually. So this is where an adjustment may well be needed. We might have to move things around or readjust the design so they better fit this format. So one option there is to reduce that line height so the chain hanging down from the helicopter isn't as long. What will help here is if I zoom in a little bit further. So we can see it's actually stuck on an elasticated line. I hadn't noticed that before. That's quite cool. We can shorten that line there, so it means now that we can make these larger in the design without any of the detail going off the edge of the sticker. This was in here. So again, this is me not being organized enough and not grouping these elements in the previous design. So just making sure I'm grouping everything so they all stay together and behave. Again, with this cloud and the shadow behind the cloud, I can make sure that they're grouped and I can lock them as well, meaning I can select all these elements without worry about selecting those as well and group them. We can see now that when I've grouped them, it's brought everything to the foreground, and we want this blimp to be coming from behind the cloud. So if I send it to the back, we can see it's kind of creeping behind the cloud there. Might even have it slightly different here, so it's going into the cloud. Move this plane up higher as well. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. If I zoom out, I want this kind of very busy effect with our stickers, but obviously with the Pixelhaze pilots in the center. And I think that will make a nice little sticker. The bit that I haven't tried before is the printing option. So how is this going to work? We can see 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. That's going to be too small. So we're going to have to go medium. And we could go 96 stickers for £40 British. If we have a look at this preview here, we can see the size compared to a key on a Mac keyboard by the looks of it. We're looking at, roughly 2 of those width. I think the small ones are going to be a little bit too small because of the amount of detail that we've got in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with medium, and we're going to get 96 stickers. We can see the economy of scale discount here. That's because with printing, the tooling costs are usually, or the setup costs are usually higher. So the more we order, the cheaper the price becomes. If I now go to checkout, we're not overly worried about the turnaround for it. So 5 to 8 business days is absolutely fine for us. Express delivery, you're seeing quite a hike in cost. And at this point now, I can put in my details, which I won't do on screen. And I will also then see if the next step is whether we can use our existing details that are already logged on Canva to pay for them. Hope you found this useful. This is my first attempt at creating a sticker in Canva and also going through the print process. I'll also do a follow-up video when they arrive to show you the quality and the finish of the stickers as well. Stick around, pun intended. See you.